Hey guys, wanted to give you a little video, if I can, of the lens steaming up. One of these brackets, like a couple hours in the vinegar. If I can grab this one. Oh boy, it's fucking hot. You see how it starts to eat the rust off? The vinegar is 5% acidic, and then throw that in the microwave, get that shit hot. You can see it steaming. I should have put a video up of me actually pouring the vinegar into that container. But, oh, here it is. I set it here. Vinegar. I ain't gonna hold that still, but under vinegar it says diluted with water to 5% acidity. So it is acidic, in case you don't know. So that way you know when your old lady douches, it's acids going up in that to clean it. Sometimes I guess like those brake parts, that's what it takes, some acid. But if that don't clean it up quick enough for me, you can see that shit in there floating around. If it wasn't for the steam and the light glare on the water, or on the vinegar and stuff. But you can see that black shit floating in there. It's eating it off, that's for sure. So leave that sit and microwave it for like 3 minutes without the parts in it. And then I drop the parts in. Then I figured I'll make a little video. That's why it was so freaking hot. But anyways, that's what I'm doing with it. And for the 07 Grand Cherokee SRT 8 with the 6.1 in it. The reason why I'm bagging it up like that is a bunch of these. Here we go again. There, scratches. Everywhere is scratches. Take my word on it. Pull the side moldings off, mirrors off, belt moldings off. All these chrome pieces were getting black. All the rest of these windshield moldings and stuff like that I took off just because I could. And I'm gonna bag up the roof rack, tape all that plastic stuff off, and finish. I got the whole nose and the front doors clay barred, and then I'm gonna buff them. And I bag everything up in all the jams, tape them off, tape the gas door off, tape the wires, anything I don't want to get compound on or that's hard to clean off. So I just put these on for bumpers against these doors in case I bump it. But those windshield moldings went down on the window here. Now it's only right there at my thumb, the glass and the body, the A-pillar where the screw holes where that molding was. Then I'll tape the insides of these doors, tape all this stuff off, back tape all this, back tape everything so no compound gets in somewhere it's going to be hard to clean out. And then I'm going to pull the rotors off, clean all the rust up, the Brembo brake calipers. Got clear peeling on these, so of course I'm going to clean all those up. I'm going to probably like Brillo and something, or just a red scuff pad and some glass cleaner, clean the fender liners up. Then it's getting a 2-inch spacer in the front and a 2-inch spacer in the back. Give more little ground clearance, so it'll actually, this front end here sat way down about here, so I have it jacked up just so the tire is off the ground, just enough to get the wheel and tire off, because they're getting painted black too. But anyways, the Jeep will sit a little bit lower than, like 3 inches lower than what it is now when I get done with the leveling kit. And then in here I cleaned all this up. I'm going to spray these with vinegar tonight. I was chipping rust. This is 07, so I was chipping rust out of there. Cleaned up the ABS sensor and that collar that's around there, whatever you want to call it, and brass brush. Almost looks like a sheet metal ductwork where it's crimped to slip it together. Kind of just reminded me of that. But anyways, brake caliper. This is all going to be going through in detail. The guy that owns it's not going to drive it in the winter, so like his S10, I did the rust on it and primer the bed sides and fenders. That's coming back for a body lift. The suspension's already done, and I'm not going to pull that piece. I'm just going to, I already did it, just slightly pulled it away from the body, so when I tape the bumper off when I go to paint that, and I'm going to do the exhaust tips too black and smoke the tail lights, you know, tint them. So I might as well tint those reflectors too. And then these moldings under this tape here are part of the quarter glass, so those I'm going to have to do on the Jeep too. And I might just smoke that lens a little bit too, but I'm going to leave it in place for now just to polish it, just to see what it looks like, as long as it isn't too bright. And then I'm going to pull this emblem off yet, and probably just tint it a little bit. Or I could reverse the colors. I could put silver SRT, leave the red, and black the 8, and black the chrome. Just make it flop the opposite way. And then, can't really see it because I have the windows down, but on this side, the windows are tinted. The quarter glasses are tinted. The back door glasses are tinted. And these aren't, which you can't see, they're down all the way. But I'm just going to throw it in since I'm going to black everything out. I got 2 good hunks of 5% right there. I'm just going to put it in on the job anyways. And then that way everything will be blacked out. And this looks like a dark gray, but it's actually a blue in it. You put the light on it right, you'll see the blue. But you won't see it through my phone. It's clear overspray and all that junk on my lens. And then I'm getting rid of pulling these tracks out, getting rid of rust. Every little spot weld under the Jeep, I'm going to clean that up, put a 3M rust prep on it, and then wipe it off with a rag the next day, and then treat them as well. You know, like undercoat those spots. And then I didn't take the antenna out because when I unscrewed it, you unscrew the little whip, I held on to this plastic part of the base, just push it sideways so it wouldn't drop. Well, then I grabbed that stud. Well, that drops anyways, so I screwed it back on just so I don't got to pull stuff apart and get in there to get it. And then the e-brake issue was those 2 brackets I have soaking. So I guess they were hung up at one time. So when I took the back seat out, I found that heavy ass seats up. There we go. And lift the carpet up. Move this computer that snaps back down there in that location. It's hard to do all this with one hand, but emergency brake didn't work at all. Just to find out, somebody just unhooked it. Here's the bracket. And here's the emergency brake cables. There ain't a damn thing wrong with it. It must have been rusty, and somebody pulled it, and then that left side wouldn't release. That's that one bracket that's seized up in there. I have soaking in the hot vinegar. But anyways, I'll hook these back up after I put those pieces back on the wheel, and then I asked the guy, does he want me to scrub all these stains out and clean everything up under it, because he didn't get time to do it as of yet. But gotta dig stuff like that out. And stuff like that looks like it's from some McDonald's crap cards or something. Someone must have had some kids spilled it. Something here brown, but then I'm gonna detail it and clean it up real nice inside. And when I do all that, clay bar the jams, I poured all the rubber seals, go along everything, got to finish taping it up. Long story short, it's stupid time in it, but there's nothing like knowing when your vehicle's as spotless as humanly possible, and the paint job will be slick when I'm done and polished. And I'm going to use this new finish on here just to see, maybe for now. I went to your car polish. My stepdad actually got me hooked on that, so I use it on about anything. And then later down the road, I could tell this hood was repainted, and the bumper, of course, because it's got some dry stuff in, and this has, it's hard to see it again, of course, because of my lens, but it's very heavy peel. Looking across it in general, it looks fine. You look at it in the light bulbs, it's real thick peel. So, and then some deep chips and scratches aren't going to come out when I polish it, but that's okay. Later down the road, and then I found this split right here, where my fingernail is clay bar in here. And my clay bar stopped right there. See if I can hold it. Still, yeah, you can kind of see the line. That's a crack there. There, now you can see it, that crack. So later down the road, once he gets ready to park it for the winter, I'll pull his bumper cover off and the hood off at his house, bring it over here, because I'll have that Mustang in the back turned sideways, the Mustang covered up, turn sideways back there, shove everything front, and I'll have this full for the winter anyways. But anyways, yeah, here's the Jeep wheels. Minimal, very minimal curb rash, but it has a little corrosion. So I was going to polish these and do the center, you know, the 5 spokes, the center of it, the color of the Jeep, but I think just blacking it out will look good. And then tinted lights. Now the headlights, I should have waited to tape them up. They are brand new, clear, but only the lights are chrome. The rest of the housing inside are black, so it's not too flashy. And then here's the old fog lights. I'm actually going to keep them. They're just a little goofy looking, which emergency use for something. Since the Jeep is Dodge, maybe they'll fit my Dakota. But the owner brought a brand new set here, and I fitted them in already and everything. It's just the self-adjuster, instead of being in the front, or the adjusting screw, instead of being in the front, on the new ones is down here. So I'm going to pop a hole back in here, right below that, about a ½ inch or so, just so you can reach up to adjust it, because I know they're going to need it, because the one was kind of like not adjusted at all. So there you go, out of the north. Just want to put our video up since I had my nap, and back up at it again. And then there's the side moldings. I might take that 6-inch frisket I have. It's a masking film for graphics. I might lay that over them, cut them letters out, paint the moldings black, and then maybe just darken the lettering on it. Not sure yet, I might do it all black, but I don't want them looking like silver letters in the black molding. I don't know, I'll make my mind up. I might just hammer them all black, because they're recessed down into the lettering, so it'll definitely stand out, you know, on the molding period. But I'm trying to eliminate all on any chrome, and I think it'll work. But being as this looks like a dark gray, I looked up the paint code, the prime matches. It's just got that blue. You can kind of pick that up. Like there's my light, and then here's some of that blue. When the light ain't on it, kind of looks like a charcoal, but I think blacking it out when it's out in the sun, you'll see all that black trim on it and black wheels will kind of give it that stealthy look, I'm hoping. And then the rear step pad is kind of weathered and beat up, so I'll refinish that to look new. And then here's this lower chin piece for the front. That's pretty well beat up. That's why I figured I'll just paint them black instead of smoking that, because I'd have to paint it silver to have something bright to put the black in my clear and clear it to tint it to what I want, and just make it all black. That piece actually goes in down here across from end to end, and it slips in these 4 locations, or 3 locations, 2, 3. So there it is. Even the Jeep emblems, took all that off. Everything's coming off, just that one emblem on the tailgate yet. Here's the emblems. Clean the sticky off the back so I can scuff them up, clean them, and then I'll 3M double-sided tape the back of them. Then just put yellow tape on the back of it, and then tape that down to the table to hold them still to paint them black. And all the belts, there's 2 of them that have dents. They're real faint, but these are like $70 a piece. So beans are going black. I'm going to fix a couple little dings. Here's the windshield moldings, wiper arms. They're all everything's getting redone. Even the windshield wiper, or the windshield moldings. Same way with the step pad. Oh, and then underneath the hood, you can see how black this is compared to this cow. This cover, that's gray, and look how black that rubber strip is. It goes against the windshield. So I'm gonna clean them up, take these ends off, glass cleaner and red scuff, and then tape off that rubber and trim black them too. And probably get another one of these. See them 2 little pieces there to clip on the body. Well, this side only has one. I noticed it was loose when I popped the hood on it, so I just get another one of them. These go up. This one's this side. These go under the hood, right over the top of the headlight, so it's not a critical piece. You know what I mean? Just worry about seeing, but I still want them right. Man, look at that stuff eating that. Jesus. Them silver spots in there that quick. Jesus. Well, I better go. I want to get the wire brush out. 18 minutes and 10 seconds as long as I ever made a video. Alright, man. Peace, brother.